I'm Davina Hariprasad, journalist for Creamer Media's Engineering News. Today, I speak with GIBB Engineering's newly appointed Group CEO, Vishaal Lutchman, who will be discussing the evolving role of consulting engineers in South Africa, the challenges and opportunities facing the industry, and how GIBB plans to lead through innovation, skills development, and sustainable infrastructure delivery. How would you describe your leadership style, and how do you see it influencing GIBB's direction in the coming years?
In fact, that was part of the reason why GIBB and the board chose me. So it's very human-centric. I'll talk about some of the attributes in terms of leadership style. I believe in empowering other leaders to come through the system. So I encourage, the second thing is youth, and my focus on youth and growing the youth narrative. There's a lot of disillusionment with many of our young engineers in terms of career prospects, to the extent where some even leave the profession. So I spend a lot of time giving youth and motivating them into understanding why it's important for them to continue doing what they are doing. Unfortunately, I always start with an apology. I say, this generation of leaders have hurt this organization, and many global leaders are hurting the planet. But it requires a certain group of committed individuals that have a sustainability mindset. And I promote that concept within the organization. How do you keep systems and ecosystems sustainable? And to give effect to that means we need to have purpose. We need to feel the need to do what we are doing. It shouldn't be transactional. So I convince the team on an ongoing basis that this is not about you work and then I pay you. It's not about that. It's greater than that. To the extent where I've even said that we must realize who we are serving. It's the people of this country. And the people of this country do not know the name of the engineers that built the treatment plants and the roads and that. And that's where the divinity in this purpose is sitting. I also have to, in the process, transform the organization to become relevant. So part of the strategy and encouraging and then fusing that with the youth development agenda is where I bring in the digital transformation. Many of our senior engineers, I wouldn't say old, but don't take to technology as fast and as easy as many of our youngsters. There's also the attribute of encouraging youth and their attributes to align with the organization. I find that with the youth, the sense of environmental care is higher. They feel, and the connectivity to communities is also higher. So there's a bit of spiritual intelligence in many of our young engineers that is not prevalent with our senior engineers. They haven't been commoditized just yet. So those attributes I treasure and I exploit it. So I encourage them to use those same attributes when they are working with their projects, the same attributes to grow those attributes, to learn more. So I encourage breadth of study. I also, on the empowerment side, give quite a bit of money towards bursaries, and I'm encouraging masters and PhDs in the business right now. But I'm also encouraging breadth of study. In other words, many of the solutions are complex at this time. So if you come out from the university as an engineer, you actually don't have cultural awareness. You don't understand communities. You don't understand some of the digital technologies that are out there. So exposure to these things are important. So we get young engineers sort of in the front line as fast as possible, so that they can start engaging with those attributes that is well received by, firstly, clients that are in many cases not sustainable, and they share these sustainability attributes with clients.
Data-driven engineering is becoming a major theme in infrastructure development. How is GIBB embracing digital tools and smart technology?
Well, we started off with pulling the brain out of the company and replacing it with a new brain. So we've started with a digital with a very modern ERP system. On the back of that ERP, it gives us good ability to get data analytics or doing data analytics of our own business. So optimizing our own business will realize value for our clients because it takes out the internal inefficiencies and friction that we have between teams, between different people, for example. So no longer Will we be doing things manually? Unfortunately, we're going to stop using spreadsheets, etc., etc. We are using common places to work like SharePoint. The current business is configured on a hybrid working model. So, using the technologies like we are using now is how we run our business. People are not required to come to work at all in terms of the office. Um, and that has given us huge value already, because our utilizations are where a typical firm would be. In other words, our people have embraced that phenomenon, and now it's to take the next step.
That was Vishaal Lutchman, Group CEO of GIBB Engineering, sharing insights on the future of consulting engineering in South Africa.